Ladies, have you ever felt like the world underestimates your strength? Today, we celebrate the fearless women who refuse to be held back, the trailblazers who shattered barriers and redefined success. Their stories will ignite your passion, fuel your ambition, and remind you that you have the power to change the game. Stay with me, because by the end of this speech, you'll be ready to embrace your own unstoppable potential. Throughout history, women have shattered glass ceilings and redefined what is possible. They have stepped into male-dominated fields, proving that talent and determination know no gender. From aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart to modern-day astronauts like Jessica Meir, women have reached for the stars, literally. In technology, Ada Lovelace laid the foundation for computer programming, and today, women like Reshma Saujani empower young girls through coding initiatives. These stories remind us that no industry is off-limits when passion meets perseverance. Leadership is often associated with power, but women redefine it with resilience. Oprah Winfrey, once a struggling news anchor, became a media mogul through sheer determination. Jacinda Ardern led a nation with empathy, proving that strength isn't about dominance but about uplifting others. Women leaders continue to inspire by balancing compassion with decisive action, showing the world that resilience is the true essence of leadership. Adversity is a test that women have continuously aced. Malala Yousafzai was shot for seeking an education but emerged as a global advocate for girls' rights. Serena Williams faced criticism, yet she dominated tennis with unparalleled excellence. These women turned obstacles into motivation, demonstrating that setbacks are merely stepping stones to greatness. Paving the way for future generations is a responsibility that trailblazers embrace. Kamala Harris becoming the first female vice president of the U.S. signified progress. Katherine Johnson, a NASA mathematician, broke racial and gender barriers, making space travel possible. Every woman who challenges the status quo creates a smoother path for the next, proving that true pioneers think beyond their own success. Every challenge holds the potential for an opportunity. Indra Nooyi, former PepsiCo CEO, transformed the company by introducing healthier products, reshaping an industry. Marie Curie, despite facing gender discrimination, became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, revolutionizing science. These women teach us that innovation thrives in adversity, and change begins with vision and courage. Women have been instrumental in shaping science and technology. Rosalind Franklin's discovery of DNA structure paved the way for genetic research. In AI and robotics, Dr. Fei-Fei Li's work has transformed the tech landscape. Despite the gender gap in STEM, these women continue to inspire new generations to step into the world of science, proving that intelligence knows no gender. Female entrepreneurs are reshaping industries, breaking stereotypes, and building empires. Sarah Blakely started Spanx with a few $1,000s and became the world's youngest self-made female billionaire. Rihanna disrupted the beauty industry by creating an inclusive makeup brand. These women show that with passion, innovation, and courage, businesses can be built against all odds. Women in politics and activism have been forces of change. Michelle Obama, an advocate for education and health, inspired millions. Greta Thunberg, though young, leads the climate change movement with fearlessness. These women use their platforms to spark global conversations, proving that leadership isn't about position but about impact. Empathy is often seen as a weakness, but women prove otherwise. Mother Teresa dedicated her life to serving the poor, displaying unmatched strength through kindness. Angela Merkel, Germany's former chancellor, led with calculated yet compassionate decision-making. These women teach us that true strength lies in understanding, uniting, and uplifting others. Defying stereotypes has been a lifelong battle for women. Kathrine Switzer, the first woman to run the Boston Marathon, was physically attacked during the race yet finished triumphantly. Today, women continue to break molds, whether it's in construction, sports, or boardrooms, proving that gender should never define capability. Women have rewritten history with groundbreaking achievements. Florence Nightingale transformed nursing into a respected profession. Amelia Earhart proved that aviation wasn't just a man's world. Every achievement adds a new chapter to history, showing young girls that their dreams have no limits. Inspiring the next generation is a legacy every trailblazer leaves behind. Michelle Yeoh, an award-winning actress, shattered Hollywood's biases about Asian women in cinema. Today, girls look up to women like her and dream bigger. Every woman who breaks barriers makes it easier for young girls to step forward with confidence. Setbacks are inevitable, but the ability to turn them into comebacks is what sets remarkable women apart. J.K. Rowling faced countless rejections before creating the Harry Potter empire. Oprah was fired before becoming a household name. These stories remind us that failure isn't the end, it's just the beginning of something greater. The power of a woman's voice is undeniable. Malala Yousafzai spoke against oppression despite threats. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie uses literature to advocate for feminism. Every time a woman raises her voice for change, the world listens, proving that silence was never an option. Education has been a tool for empowerment for centuries. Marie Curie pursued science despite obstacles, and today, women like Malala fight for global education rights. Knowledge has always been the foundation of transformation, allowing women to rise beyond limitations. Equal opportunities are not just a demand but a necessity. Women like Ruth Bader Ginsburg dedicated their lives to fighting for gender equality. Today, movements advocating for women's rights continue their mission, ensuring that fairness isn't just a privilege but a norm. The arts and media have long been platforms for change. Beyoncé uses her music to advocate for empowerment. Ava DuVernay, through filmmaking, highlights racial and gender issues. Women in these industries prove that storytelling isn't just about entertainment, it's about impact. Fighting for justice has always been part of women's history. Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat, sparking a revolution. Women lawyers, activists, and politicians continue to fight for fairer laws, proving that justice is worth every battle. Facing discrimination is difficult, but courage makes all the difference. Tarana Burke started the #MeToo movement, giving voice to countless survivors. These stories remind us that standing against injustice isn't easy, but it's necessary. Success isn't an individual journey, it's collective. Women supporting each other, like the founders of Black Girls Code and Lean in Circles, prove that success grows when shared. Empowered women empower women. Innovation is shaping the future, and women are leading the charge. Dr. Catalin Carrico played a crucial role in developing the COVID-19 vaccine. Whitney Wolfe Herd revolutionized dating apps by creating Bumble. These women show that the future belongs to those who dare to innovate. Women aren't just game changers in industries, they are the heartbeat of communities. Inequality still exists, but women refuse to stay silent. From pay gap protests to advocating for workplace rights, women fight for fairness daily. Their persistence reminds us that progress is built on unwavering determination. Resilience is the key to success, and women embody it. Every rejection, failure, or challenge has been met with relentless spirit. From athletes to entrepreneurs, their stories prove that resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about rising higher than before. Becoming an inspiration isn't about fame, it's about influence. Every woman who stands up for herself, pursues her passion, or uplifts others is a trailblazer. The next generation will look up to today's women, just as we admire those before us. Women have always been powerful agents of change, yet history has often overlooked their contributions. Despite facing centuries of inequality, they have fought, innovated, and led revolutions that shape the world we live in today. The women who inspire us are not just those in history books but those around us, our mothers, sisters, teachers, and friends, who break barriers every day, proving that courage, determination, and vision can rewrite the future. Breaking into male-dominated fields has always required more than just skill, it takes unwavering confidence. When Katherine Johnson joined NASA as a mathematician, the odds were against her. A black woman in a white, male-dominated space industry, she had to prove herself every single day. Yet, her calculations became the foundation for America's space missions, including the moon landing. Today, young girls dream of careers in STEM because women like her refuse to accept limits. The same is true for women in finance, engineering, and sports, where pioneers have shattered expectations and opened doors for future generations. Leadership is often defined by power and control, but women have redefined it through empathy and resilience. Jacinda Ardern led New Zealand through a pandemic with decisiveness and compassion. Instead of ruling with fear, she led with understanding, proving that true leadership is about uplifting others, not just giving orders. Oprah Winfrey, despite a challenging past, built a media empire that inspires millions, showing that leadership isn't about where you start, it's about where you're determined to go. Adversity has always been a catalyst for great women. Malala Yousafzai was a teenager when she was shot for advocating girls' education. That moment could have silenced her, but instead, it fueled her mission. Today, she is a global advocate, proving that even the darkest moments can lead to incredible change. The same spirit can be seen in women like Serena Williams, who faced discrimination and criticism in tennis but continued to dominate the sport with grace and power. Every challenge they faced became a stepping stone to something greater. Trailblazing women don't just succeed for themselves, they pave the way for those who come after them. Kamala Harris becoming the first female vice president was not just a personal victory, it was a statement to every little girl that no dream is out of reach. Maya Angelou's poetry and activism inspired generations to find their voices. Every woman who fights for progress does so not just for herself but for the millions who will walk the path she has carved. Some of the greatest innovations have come from women who saw challenges as opportunities. Marie Curie, despite being barred from university because of her gender, pursued science and became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Indra Nooyi transformed PepsiCo by introducing healthier products, proving that leadership is about foresight and responsibility. These women saw possibilities where others saw obstacles, reminding us that change begins with vision and courage. Science and technology are often seen as male-dominated fields, but women have played crucial roles in shaping them. Ada Lovelace envisioned the first computer algorithm in the 1800s, long before computers even existed. Today, women like Fei Li are leading advancements in artificial intelligence, proving that brilliance is not limited by gender. The world of science, medicine, and technology thrives when women bring their expertise and innovation to the table. The business world is no different. Female entrepreneurs are rewriting the rules of success. Sarah Blakely, who started Spanx with just an idea and a few $1,000s, became a billionaire without any investors. Rihanna, once a pop star, turned into a business mogul by creating a beauty brand that celebrated diversity. These women show that with vision, hard work, and fearlessness, industries can be reshaped, and new standards can be set. Politics and activism have long been transformed by courageous women. Michelle Obama used her platform as First Lady to champion education and health. Angela Merkel led Germany with steady and intelligent leadership. Greta Thunberg, just a teenager, mobilized millions to fight for climate action. These women prove that influence is not about titles, it's about impact. Empathy, often seen as a soft skill, is a leadership superpower. Mother Teresa built a global mission based on kindness, changing lives through compassion. Women like Malala and Oprah use their influence to uplift others, proving that true strength is in helping those who cannot help themselves. The world needs leaders who listen, understand, and inspire, and women have been leading in this way for centuries. Stereotypes have always tried to box women in, but the most inspiring figures are those who break free from them. Kathrine Switzer, the first woman to run the Boston Marathon, had to disguise herself to enter because women were not allowed to compete. When race officials tried to physically remove her, she kept running, and finished. Today, women athletes compete in every sport, thanks to pioneers who refused to be held back. History is rewritten by those who dare to challenge it. Florence Nightingale revolutionized healthcare. Amelia Earhart broke aviation records. Rosa Parks ignited a civil rights movement with one simple act of defiance. Their courage changed the world, reminding us that one woman's stand can spark a revolution. Inspiring the next generation is the greatest legacy. When girls see women leading nations, running companies, and excelling in every field, they dare to dream bigger. Every woman who speaks up, stands out, or breaks barriers inspires someone else to do the same. Setbacks are inevitable, but the ability to rise again is what defines greatness. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. These stories remind us that failure is not the end, it is simply a lesson on the path to success. A woman's voice has always been powerful. From suffragettes fighting for voting rights to modern activists demanding equality, women have used their voices to drive change. Tarana Burke started the #MeToo movement, giving millions a voice against harassment. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's words inspire people worldwide to embrace feminism. Every time a woman speaks up, she lights a fire that cannot be extinguished. Education is one of the greatest tools for empowerment. Malala Yousafzai fights for girls' education worldwide, proving that knowledge is the key to breaking cycles of poverty and oppression. Women who learn, grow, and share their wisdom create a ripple effect of change. The fight for equal opportunities continues, but progress is unstoppable. Women like Ruth Bader Ginsburg spent their lives advocating for justice, ensuring that laws protect women's rights. From pay gaps to workplace discrimination, the battle is ongoing, but history shows that justice always moves forward. Art and media shape culture, and women are using these platforms to create change. Ava DuVernay tells stories that challenge racial and gender biases. Beyoncé empowers through music, celebrating strength and self-worth. These women remind us that storytelling is more than entertainment, it is a force for revolution. The fight for justice, equality, and recognition continues, but one thing is clear: women are unstoppable. Whether in politics, business, science, sports, or the arts, they are shaping the future in ways that inspire generations to come. Every woman who dares to dream, fight, and rise against the odds is a trailblazer, proving that the future is not just female, it is limitless. Women throughout history have proven that strength is not measured by physical power alone but by perseverance, resilience, and the ability to stand tall in the face of adversity. They have risen from situations that seemed impossible, rewriting narratives that were once dictated by a world that underestimated them. Their stories are not just tales of individual success, they are blueprints for generations to come, reminders that limitations are meant to be broken, and barriers exist only until someone dares to challenge them. Take, for example, Maya Angelou, a woman who transformed pain into poetry and struggle into strength. Born into racial segregation, she suffered hardships that could have silenced her forever. Yet, she turned her voice into one of the most powerful in history, inspiring millions with her words, "I am a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me." Her story is proof that no matter where we begin, our determination can lead us to extraordinary places. Trailblazers are not only found in history books, they are among us today. Look at the fearless women who continue to fight for justice, like Amal Clooney, a leading human rights lawyer taking on some of the world's most difficult cases. Or Greta Thunberg, who, despite her young age, has taken a stand against climate change, speaking in rooms filled with world leaders who underestimated her. These women prove that courage knows no age, no boundaries, and no limits. Success is often built on the foundation of rejection and failure, and no one understands this better than the women who have faced countless obstacles but refused to give up. Consider Viola Davis, who grew up in poverty but became one of Hollywood's most respected actresses, winning an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony Award. Or Ariana Huffington, who was rejected by publishers 36 times before the Huffington Post became a media empire. Their stories show that persistence is the secret weapon of every great achiever. Women have always been at the forefront of innovation, whether or not they have been given credit for it. Hedy Lamarr, a Hollywood actress, was also an inventor who laid the groundwork for Wi-Fi technology. Katherine Johnson's calculations helped send astronauts to space. Today, female scientists, engineers, and tech leaders are continuing this legacy, proving that brilliance has no gender. One of the most incredible things about women is their ability to uplift each other. In a world that often tries to pit them against one another, true leaders understand that success is not about competition but about community. Women like Michelle Obama, who continuously supports young girls' education, and Sheryl Sandberg, who encourages women to take leadership roles, remind us that when one woman rises, she brings others with her. The power of representation cannot be overstated. When young girls see women in leadership, they start believing in their own potential. Imagine the impact of seeing Kamala Harris sworn in as vice president, or Misty Copeland becoming the first black principal ballerina at the American Ballet Theatre. These moments are more than just milestones. They are signals to every little girl that they, too, can achieve the impossible. Even in the toughest environments, women find ways to create change. Nadia Murad, a survivor of war crimes, used her story to advocate for justice and won a Nobel Peace Prize. Women in the medical field, like Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett, who played a key role in developing the COVID-19 vaccine, save lives every day. Their contributions may not always make headlines, but their impact is undeniable. No revolution has ever been won without resilience, and women have always embodied this trait. They have marched for their rights, spoken up in the face of oppression, and refused to accept injustice. The women of the past fought for voting rights, equal pay, and education. Today, we continue that fight in boardrooms, classrooms, sports arenas, and beyond. It is easy to think that one person cannot change the world, but history has proven otherwise. Rosa Parks' simple act of refusing to give up her seat sparked a movement. Malala's decision to go to school despite threats inspired a global conversation on education. Every woman who chooses to stand up, speak out, and step forward contributes to a world where future generations won't have to fight the same battles. So if you ever doubt your strength, remember this. You are capable of breaking barriers, redefining success, and making history. The women who inspire us were once just like us, ordinary individuals with extraordinary dreams. They did not wait for permission, they created their own paths. And now, it is our turn. Women have been rewriting history in every corner of the world, and their journey is far from over. Every generation faces new challenges, but what remains unchanged is the resilience, determination, and courage of women who refuse to be confined by outdated norms. They are not waiting for the world to give them a seat at the table. They are building their own tables, shattering glass ceilings, and proving that no dream is too big and no ambition too bold. Think about the women who have transformed industries that once excluded them. Rihanna went from being a global music sensation to becoming a billionaire entrepreneur with her Fenty Beauty empire, revolutionizing the beauty industry by ensuring that every shade of skin was represented. Whitney Wolfe Herd, the founder of Bumble, changed the dating industry by giving women the power to make the first move. These women did not just enter their fields, they redefined them, proving that success is not about following the rules but about creating new ones. In the world of sports, women have been breaking records and defying expectations. Simone Biles, one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, showed the world that strength is not just about physical power but also about mental resilience. When she chose to prioritize her mental health over competition, she sent a powerful message. Success is not just about winning medals but about knowing your worth. Serena Williams, despite facing racism and sexism in tennis, dominated the sport for decades, proving that talent and perseverance outweigh any obstacle. Education has long been a battleground for women, and those who have fought for it have changed the world. Malala Yousafzai stood against extremists who tried to silence her, and today, millions of girls have access to education because of her advocacy. Women like Maria Montessori revolutionized teaching methods, proving that education is not just about acquiring knowledge but about fostering curiosity and creativity. Every girl who steps into a classroom is a reminder that knowledge is power, and that power cannot be taken away. The world of business and finance has often been dominated by men, but female entrepreneurs and leaders have proven that they belong at the top. Indra Nooyi led PepsiCo with vision and innovation, paving the way for more women in executive roles. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, built a billion-dollar brand from nothing, showing that success is not about having resources but about having resourcefulness. These women remind us that leadership is not about fitting into a mold, it is about reshaping the world in your own image. Politics and activism have been transformed by fearless women who refuse to be silenced. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, despite being one of the youngest women in Congress, has become a powerful voice for change. Angela Merkel, as Germany's chancellor, led with intelligence and strength, proving that leadership is not about gender but about capability. Women like Tarana Burke, who founded the #MeToo movement, have shown that activism can start with one voice but lead to a global revolution. Representation in media and entertainment matters more than ever, and women are ensuring that their stories are told. Ava DuVernay, as a filmmaker, is breaking barriers by telling stories that challenge societal norms. Beyoncé uses her platform to celebrate Black culture, feminism, and empowerment. These women understand that the media shapes how we see the world, and they are ensuring that women are seen as strong, powerful, and unstoppable. Science and medicine have been forever changed by the contributions of women. Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett played a crucial role in developing the COVID-19 vaccine, proving that women are at the forefront of saving lives. Rosalind Franklin's work was essential to the discovery of DNA's structure, even though she was not given credit during her lifetime. Women in STEM continue to push boundaries, proving that intelligence, innovation, and discovery are not limited by gender. Philanthropy and humanitarian work have also been led by incredible women. Oprah Winfrey has donated millions to education, empowering the next generation. Melinda French Gates has dedicated her wealth to solving global health and poverty issues. These women prove that success is not just about personal achievements but about how much you give back to the world. The fight for equality is not just about one moment, it is about an ongoing movement. Women's rights activists continue to push for fair wages, better representation, and legal protections against discrimination. From the suffragettes who fought for voting rights to modern feminists who challenge systemic barriers, the battle for justice is far from over. But one thing is clear, progress is unstoppable. Every woman who dares to dream, to fight, and to lead is a trailblazer. You don't have to be famous or wealthy to make an impact. you simply have to believe in your power. Whether you are starting a business, raising a family, pursuing an education, or standing up for what's right, you are contributing to a legacy of strength, resilience, and change. So ask yourself, what legacy will you leave? How will you inspire the next generation? The women before us have paved the way, but the journey is far from over. It is our turn to rise, to lead, and to create a future where every woman's potential is limitless.